privacy. It is an inherent desire that we have as humans to have boundaries against invasion of our personal and private space. The Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution protects our right to privacy and states, quote, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized." In recent years, the topic of internet privacy has raised questions about its relationship to the Fourth Amendment and asks whether or not the Fourth Amendment should apply to internet privacy. Or, do Americans forego their right to privacy when they go online? The internet has become an extension of our lives, and in theory, we put much of our effects online. Therefore, our privacy online should be protected by the Fourth Amendment. Information privacy, defined as the ability of the individual to control when, how, and to what extent his or her personal information is communicated to others, Weston, 1967, is one of the most important ethical, legal, social, and political issues of the information age. We live in a digital world where most people are forced to have some interaction online, whether it's email, online banking, social media, or entertainment. It's almost impossible to interact with the modern world without spending some time online. Much of our lives are displayed online using tools like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, and many other social media sites. If users are not careful, this information can be broadcasted for the entire world to see. Luckily, most websites allow users to select privacy standards and protect their information. Or do they? What if Facebook gave the government access to our information? Would you feel okay if the government was able to read your private messages and emails and potentially use them against you in a court of law? Well, it just so happens that this is the reality we live in. Facebook can grant the government unbewildered access to our private information without a warrant and use it against us in a court of law. The main law governing the privacy of electronic communication, the Electronic Communication Privacy Act, ECPA, was written in 1986, 3 years before the web was even invented. The law desperately needs to be revised to protect American citizens from unlawful search and seizure of their private information. The states have taken it upon themselves to develop laws regarding internet privacy. In my home state of California, we are protected by the California Civil Code 1798-83 through 84, which in summary reads, "All non-financial businesses to disclose to customers in writing or by electronic mail the types of personal information the business shares with or sells to third party for direct marketing purposes or for compensation." Under the California law, businesses may post a privacy statement that gives customers the opportunity to choose not to share their information at no cost. NCLS 2015. This is all well and good, but it only protects us against the private sector. We are not protected against the government. There are two internet privacy laws that give the government access to our private information online. The Electronic Communication Privacy Act, ECPA, and the Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act, CISPA, allow the federal government to, quote, "obtain access to the digital communication, including email, Facebook messages, information sitting in your public cloud, and a variety of other files, with only a subpoena and not a warrant, once those items are 180 days old." Network World 2015. In closing, we live in a world where government has unbewildered access to our personal information online. They can seize this information without a warrant and use it against us in a court of law. Essentially, this means that the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution does not protect us online. In my opinion, this is a grotesque intrusion of our privacy and could be foreshadowing what's to come if we allow this tyrannical government to have its way. Continuing down this road could lead to the extinction of all of our rights online. We could end up living in a world where free speech is censored, private information is stored in the cloud, and freely accessed by the government. Is this the kind of world you want to live in? I certainly do not, and will do everything in my power to protect the rights of American citizens.